How much do you think this team, your unit, has grown over just since the spring?
So the spring, I think we've made some steps up. You know, the thing about football now is you have spring, you have summertime. We're able to do football during the summer, so there's always another phase of getting better at something. And I think these guys have gotten a tad bit better from spring to now.
How has Bohanna grown since he came in, with a little wet behind the ears and to being the guy?
Well, if he gets any bigger, he's going to be in trouble. But mentally, he's maturing. He's a smart football player, which is kind of unusual for a kid that young. He understands football. He understands blocking schemes, and that's helped him develop into an even better player.
How important is that, just to be tacticians on the defensive line, where normally, the common person just thinks of them just getting their heads bashed in?
Well, I think it's very important. I think, the days of just letting them go play, the game's changed. I think, the old stigma that D linemen aren't very smart and they can't think, I think those days are beyond us. And we're doing a great job of teaching these guys how to play the game and understanding offenses and what they're going to get, so they can anticipate plays and make plays more.
The coaches talked a lot about how Hoskins is one of those guys who can really disrupt in the backfield. Is that kind of your emphasis, is not read and react, but get through the hole and make plays?
Well, we play a little bit of both. We play a little bit of both, and that's what takes a little time for these guys, because they have to play somewhat of react, attack, or read and attack. Then they can go do some other things that can attack too. So, and learning both are difficult, and knowing when to do it. So, but Phil's coming along. He's very disruptive. He's got a lot of talent. We got to get Phil to be more consistent. He's not in shape, and he takes plays off. So when he gets past that barrier, he's going to be a very good football player for us.
How much of an issue is just consistency with the group, with the lot of kind of inexperienced guys?
Well, I think it's not the talent. It's not even the mental part. It's the being able to do it over and over again. It's hot. Big guys are leaning on you. Mm-hmm. Sometimes 600 pounds plus is leaning on you, and sometimes you just lose your mind in there, mm-hmm. and you spit out the bit, and for these guys, I mean, it's rough, but I think with maturity and strength, these guys are going to be pretty good.
Talk a lot about the rushes and all.
Yes, sir.
And forcing the quarterback up in the pocket. And,
yeah.
The situation where guys like Bohanna
yeah.
community bowl is going to be valuable too.
Yeah, I think with those outside backers we have that are good on the edge, that should feed some quarterback play on us. If we can get some good push in the pocket with those big guys, we're obviously bigger now. If we can get vertical push in the middle, I think we can do some good things on third down.
Have you ever coached a defensive lineman as tall as Calvin?
Never. Never. He's the first. He's the first. But you know what? For a guy with unusual height like Calvin Taylor, he does a pretty good job, man. I mean, he's probably most consistent guy we got. I think somebody brought it up to him in the spring that he led the room in tackles. So I mean, you got a guy who's unusually long, and at first we thought we were going to make him an offensive lineman, mm-hmm. and he's shown to prove that he can play on defense. So it's good to have him.
You normally think of that as like a disadvantage just from having to get low, but how does he use his length to his advantage?
Well, his arms are so long. He gets good separation. You always say inside hands win. Inside hands, if he gets them inside, I mean, you can't block him. And even if he gets him outside, he's still got the reach advantage on you, and you still can't block him. So he's got some tools that most kids don't have, and he's using it to his advantage.
Marquand said that, Quentin said that Marquand's got all the physical tools, but he's still working on his hands. How much does that play into effect with the early development?
Marquand played offensive line, and I saw a defensive lineman in it, and when you play O-line, especially in high school, you run a play, you jog to the ball. He's got to get that motor up. He's got to switch it over to a defensive type of ball, but he's got all the tools. He's got to get in shape, and we got to help him do that.
What did you see? You said you saw a defensive lineman. So what was
physical?
Yeah.
He's physical. I mean, he's a big old brute, and he loves to play football. And we went to watch him play at his high school, and he just mauled people. And 4th and short, they put Marquand in the game, and the offense couldn't run the ball. So I mean, this kid can play defense for us. So now we've got size, we've got ability. We just have to condition him to play defense.
What has Davion shown you?
A lot of energy, man. He brings all of South Florida to Lexington, I tell you. But but the kid's got energy. He wants to be great, and he's going to be a really good defensive end for us.
Does it help having a guy like Quentin to be Marquand and show him what he's got to do to get on the field?
You know, it's kind of funny you say that. We have to get a sophomore to teach a freshman how to be a football player. So that's a good thing to have. You know, we have 2 young guys that are physically capable of being good SEC players. So I'm excited about that. But Quentin's mature for his age, and he's going to help Marquand out. And Adrian Middleton's got more experience than anybody. He's played all 3 positions, so he's got enough maturity about himself where he can help these guys mature too.
When Quentin started earning more playing time, what did he bring to the interior part of the line?
Well, movement skills. The kid can move. He's 6'5", he's 350, and he runs like he's 6'5", 270. You know, and he can run. And very athletic guy that adds movement to the middle, what we didn't have before. And now we're teaching him how to be stout and strong. You know, last year he had to play, so he didn't go through the red shirt developmental year. So now the spring, summer, and the winter, you know, we got him stronger, and he's going to continue to get stronger. So now he's got to bring a physical presence to the middle.
What have you seen, though, in him here in the camp?
Oh, God. I mean, and there's almost, I don't want to say this to the media, but I don't want him to hear this.
Just between us.
I don't want him to hear this, but that's almost like you don't have to coach the kid. The kid's freaking coachable. I mean, what's good about Q is you correct him, and the next play is fixed. So that's a pleasure to have, isn't it? So, I mean, the kid's very coachable, and he's talented. I mean, he's just got the makings to be a great player.
And has he got the capabilities of collapsing the pocket so you don't have to send